Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope your day's going well. Thanks for coming by. Today I am going to be talking about product packaging and the importance thereof. When you are developing your product for sale, it's not uncommon to start out with the cheapest available packaging that you can come up with. And the reason for that is very simple, because you don't have any money and you need to put your product in a bag or something and sell it. So you just go around hunting for the cheapest product possible. That's all well and good. It does the job, and there's still a lot of folks out there who are putting product into extremely cheap packaging. But I would make an argument that it's good to invest in some better packaging. For example, if you go to the store, any grocery store, and you start looking around at the packaging, it all looks really good. Everything has professional artwork on it. The bags are well done. Everything is designed specifically for that product. Now, in the beginning stages, you don't have that kind of budget, and that's okay. It's also quite difficult to find product packaging as well. So when you're starting out and you're trying to find packaging for your product, it can be a real difficult challenge to not only find the companies that make it available, but also trying to figure out, is this the right thing for me? It is, what size bag do I need to hold 1 pound of grits? And this can be a real challenge when you're trying to evaluate the information available on a website. Customer service at some of these outfits can be spotty, and you might get a hold of somebody who really doesn't know what they're selling. So if you can, try to get some sample bags to put your product in it and take a look at it and see what it looks like for yourself. This will be a really the best way to judge your product packaging. Is this the right package? Is it the wrong package? Some packages can hold your product just fine, but they're misshapen. Well, not really misshapen, but they don't look good. They're kind of this way and that way, and you look at it and go, well, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. And so don't be afraid to ask for some free samples for bags and any kind of bags, boxes, packaging, just to make sure that it'll fit. Does it look good? Is it workable? Is it usable? And if you answer no to any of those things, then don't use it. Go do something else. Try to find a different way of packaging your product. So in the beginning, when you're looking for packaging, your first thought is probably going to be Amazon, because Amazon has free shipping. But if you do a little digging, you will probably find out what I found out, which is it actually works out to your advantage to purchase bags and such from wholesalers who do charge shipping, as opposed to going to Amazon. Because at Amazon, you actually do pay the shipping. You just don't see it on your bill like you do if you're buying from, Paper Mart or Clear Bags or something like that. But if you do the cost analysis on it and you decide, okay, how much is one of these going to cost me? Because you need to know how much this is going to cost in order to price the final package. And that's where you will probably find that Amazon is not the best price on a lot of things, but packaging especially. So while it might seem crazy to go and pay 30 bucks for shipping, when you price it out per bag, you end up with a better price per bag. So if you can pay a smaller amount per bag, that means you can pass those savings along to your customers and they will be happy. And that is always a good thing, to make your customers happy if you can. The other thing about packaging is, what does it look like? Now let me give you some examples of what I have. So this clear bag is really what I started with. I wanted a cheap clear bag that people could see the product. And I found that being able to see the product was really important for my customers. They really like to pick it up, they like to feel it, they like to look at it. And so having the ability to see the product really works in my favor. Now, you might have a product where it is so much important for them to see it. But this is what I started with. Clear bag, very basic, and some labels that I made. I made these labels. And it works. It works. But same product, different bag, professionally done label. And you can see the difference between these two things. This white paper bag is far more attractive than this clear bag is. And it is my belief that a better looking package is going to increase your sales because it looks professional and it looks like you know what you're doing. To have a professionally done label, a really nice bag, and you can kind of see the difference. This is amateurish. And this is better, in my opinion. But these are two examples of the same thing. Now, as terms of cost is concerned, these two bags really run about the same price per unit. So there really isn't a big cost savings by going with a cheaper looking bag. Instead, I've got a better looking bag, again, my opinion, to sell my product in. I really like these white bags. They just look really nice and clean. Practically speaking, you typically will see these bags in craft paper, but labels don't really stick very well to craft paper, but they do stick pretty good to these rice paper bags. These bags also have a window, which is really important for me. And so this is really what I like, these bags right here. They sit on the shelf really nicely, and yeah, they just look good. They just look good. And having a good looking product will help sell your product. And that's what it's all about, selling your product. Yeah. Here's another example of a label that I designed as compared to a label that was professionally done. And you can see a bit of difference between the two of these labels. Not to say that this is a bad label. It's perfectly fine. It's acceptable. It meets all FDA requirements. There's nothing wrong with it. It does what it's supposed to do. This is pretty. And pretty sells. Typically, especially in the food business like I am, people eat with their eyes. And so the ability to see an attractive packaging, to see the product, it makes a big difference. And so I really am a firm believer in having good packaging. Another thing to kind of talk about are labels. These labels that I have on this package, I am printing. I purchase labels from Avery. These are waterproof laser jet labels, and so I am printing my own labels. A mistake I made is I bought off-brand ink, and so the ink doesn't really stick very well to these labels, and so it rubs off a little bit. And this is also another decision to consider. Do you want to print your own labels, or do you want to go with a printing company and print your own, and have them print labels for you? Again, this is shopping around, checking out different companies, what they offer, and figuring out what the best price is. Some things that I've found that contribute to the cost are the overall size of the label. The odder the size, the higher the price. So you want to try to have a standard sized label if you can, and that will decrease the cost of your labels, which is always good. The other thing that can contribute to the cost of the label is if you get them on a sheet as opposed to a roll, or if you get them kiss cut. And you just have to look. You just have to look. You know, right now it's looking like that for me. Kiss cut in this size label, which is 3x3, is probably going to be the cheapest option if I wanted to go that route. However, even on a roll is still not a bad price for these size labels either. Now, 2 years ago, that was completely not the case. Having labels on a roll was ridiculous. You didn't buy it because the price was so high. You got them on a sheet because that was the cheapest way to go if you had a professional company printing them for you. So things change all the time with these labels and packaging and what stuff costs. So you have to constantly evaluate where you're buying your bags and labels from and what it's costing you, and just trying to figure out where you can get the best price from. Now, to talk a little bit about packaging in general, bags like these stand-up bags, are difficult to size. And that's because once you get out there and you start looking around, you'll find that everything is based on whole coffee bean weights. Now, that's fine if that's what you're selling, is whole coffee beans. However, I do not sell whole coffee beans. I sell things like cornmeal and grits and flour and things of that nature. Ground cornmeal, a pound of ground cornmeal does not equal a pound of whole coffee beans. So just be careful whenever you are evaluating how much a bag will hold, because I found out the hard way that 2 pounds of cornmeal does not fit into a bag weighted for 2 pounds of coffee beans. 2 pounds of coffee beans will hold 3.5 pounds of a ground product, something like that. So you just really have to, if you can, get free samples so that you can put your product in your bag, test it out, and say, okay, this is going to work, or no, it won't. And that will save you a lot of time, aggravation, and money. And you don't have a lot of extra bags laying around like I do because I made a mistake. So I do hope that this video has been helpful to you. I hope that you're able to walk away and use some of the information that I've presented here. This is likely a topic that I'll probably come back to, simply because there's a lot to talk about actually with product packaging and whatnot. There's the legal requirements part of it, and there's just the design, it looks good or it doesn't look good aspect of things. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your time. I hope that you've enjoyed my video. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll try to help you out as best I can. Thank you very much and hope you have a great day. It's a windy day here.